Hey team, how we doing? Welcome to today's episode of the Ladies Best Life podcast. I just want to start by saying thank you to everybody who hit me up off the back of last week's menstrual cycle podcast. I know it was packed full of information, but what I did hear is that people are like, oh my goodness, I'm going to start tracking on Clue or Flow. I now understand my craving, so I now know that maybe I'm going to drop into being mode on my PMT week, extra calories and all of those wonderful things. So if you haven't listened to it and you still do have periods, it could be good for you to go back and listen to that. Now, there's 4 things that I want to touch upon today. And you're going to notice the next couple of podcasts will be a little bit lighter, like 20 minutes, a bit more information, a bit more of an update on what's going on with me and kind of like my direction and where I'm going. Because then I've got some guests that are going to be coming on over the next kind of few weeks. And I don't like to take up a huge amount of your time. So I want to give you 2, maybe 3 of short snippet podcasts. And then I'm going to bring in some phenomenal guests, which I know you guys are going to absolutely love. So firstly, I wanted to start by giving you a bit of an update into our new program that's called Endgame. It has been phenomenal. So we are over a week into the program now. We've had results of, £2 loss, £3 loss, 2.5 pounds loss, people feeling more energized, less bloated. And this is exactly what we wanted. We always focus on long-term gains. And the reason why we do this, and we're going to talk about this a little bit more today, is I don't ever want you to be stuck in the cycle of feeling like you can't do this or that you're the problem because you can't lose weight, because you're not. It's the method that's the problem. And so many women internalize the kind of failure as their own, but actually, like, it's not your fault. It's like if you try and drive from London to Glasgow, but one of the roads are blocked. You don't internalize that and say it's your fault. You just go, right, sat nav, help me the fuck out here. Let's try a different route. It's exactly the same with your fat loss. Okay. And the difference is, and this is why having a coach is so powerful, because we could try plan A, route A, right? And you might go, oh, actually, I don't like that. And I don't like this. And I need to try this. And I need to modify this. Your coach will then go, cool, this is what we're going to try. So rather than you having to spend days and hours and weeks researching and not actually having complete clarity on what it is that you need to do, you can then just implement. So Endgame has been super successful. We've absolutely loved having the micro community of the ladies come together. They're all at exactly the same part on the journey, been through diets before, will have lost weight successfully, gained weight, and they're just in that cycle. So it's been absolutely awesome. And I know some of you listen to this podcast as well. So I would just want to say, thank you for trusting us. Thank you for investing in yourself. It is one of the best ways to spend your money. If you look at, so for me, for example, I spend a lot of my money, both personal and business money, on development, on getting myself better. Like, I actually really need a new phone right now, but I am reluctant to buy one because I'm like, but I want to invest this into myself, into what I know about myself. And I think I would for me, and this is me projecting my beliefs, but I would love to see women being more open with investing in themselves. And obviously not just being willy-nilly. Like, I have got very good money mindset and very good money management. And I don't agree in just fucking splashing the cash here, there and everywhere. That is not my vibe. But so many women sit on money and they build up their savings, but they never invest into themselves. They'll pay off for a holiday or something like that, which I'm all here for. You know me, I love a fucking holiday. But I'm like, imagine if you could spend, I don't know what sort of percentage of your income it would be, on yourself, a gym membership, healthier food, a coach, even a personal trainer, because that is one of the biggest ways to get a grand and a huge return on investment. Because when you're better, everyone else benefits. So from everyone who is in Endgame, who's listening to this, thank you and well done, because it's not easy. I know it's scary, and I know we have skepticism when we come into, programs and any new venture, because we don't know what it's going to be like. So there's a big part of trust that has to go into the process. So again, for that, thank you. And I'm very excited to see where we take this. So I want to go on to now, health first. So if you follow me on social media, you'll have seen that I talk a lot about health first. We operate from the health first standpoint. And I actually realized I say these things and I explain it inside Coaching Club and I, in Endgame and stuff. And I talk a lot about what we do and how we do it. But I think sometimes on socials, I skim across it, which is totally my bad. And I do apologize. So what does health first actually mean? What is the health first approach when you're looking at the fat loss journey? And it kind of like, to me, I'm like, well, it's simple. But for a lot of people, there could be a bit like, well, what does it mean? So that's why I'm going to explain it to you. Health first simply means that we are going to focus first and foremost on optimizing and improving your health whilst weight loss happens as byproduct. Now, that doesn't mean it's slower. It doesn't mean that you like just focus on health and then you focus on fat loss. They work in tandem with one another. And that's what we do. Because if you look at, say, Cambridge lemon drizzle injections, they're not called lemon drizzle injections. That's just what kind of an inside joke inside CC. High intensity cardio that's done to extremes. Like, look at all of the kind of maybe even the approaches that you've tried before. They aren't really pushing you to be healthier. And the reason why I wanted to explain this today was off the back of a conversation with one of our ladies who joined in November, who has lost already 3 stone. And she was like, everyone's telling me how much I'm glowing and my skin's better, my hair's better. Like, her hair is fucking absolutely gorgeous. Like, it is like brunette and it is just so shiny. It's absolutely stunning. Like, I looked at her progress pictures and I was like, I mean, you look fucking great, but can I just say I love your hair? Your skin, hair, nails all will be better. Obviously, we're looking after your digestion as well. So you're not going to be as bloated. You're going to be going to the toilet every day, drinking more water, so then your skin's going to be clearer. Your urinary tract is going to be clearer as well. We're looking at getting more minerals in, so your whole body's going to be better. So that's the route that we go down. And you don't need to, so say if you were to join, like, you wouldn't need to go, oh God, like I need to worry about all of these facets of health. That's not like, that's our job. You don't need to worry about that. But this is why we do health first, because if you don't, like, so I've lost count of the amount of times people have come to me and said, I did Cambridge and my teeth started rotting. I did, what was it the other day? Was it keto? I think it was a lady on a connection call. So she was looking to join and it was keto and she's had IBS ever since. And it's like, okay, guys, can we see now that not only are you not getting the success of the results that you want, so the fat loss, you're also putting your health at risk. And I think we've got enough factors in life that are putting our health at risk. Overeating, consuming too much alcohol, not sleeping enough. The biggest one is probably stress and lack of stress management, environmental factors. So then we put ourselves through a fat loss phase that's out of desperation because we want to lose weight, but we don't consider the fact that it could impact our health. So this is why CC does pretty much the opposite. And we are very much like, you've got CC and all of the other programs that I will ever stand for, because I will not fucking put my name against anything I do not 100% back and believe in. We stand against diet culture. Our health first approach is the opposite to diet culture. And that's why we do what we do, because I want you to add years to your life from doing this journey. And like I always say, like, the majority of women, I think if there's some stat that's like the average number of diets a woman will try throughout her lifetime is something stupid like 98, right? It could be the same one over and over and over again. That's the average. And you think about it, like, you are just constantly in the dieting loop. You never actually get to where you want to get to. Is that really a way of life? Like, is that really how you want to live your life? Because I know for me, whenever I've got a problem or a thing I want to solve, I want to be like in and out, get it done so I can crack the fuck on. And the brain, like, have you ever wondered why when you watch Netflix, and what was really bad for this? That one with Michelle Keegan in it. Can't remember the title now, but at the end of every single episode, there was like this massive cliffhanger. And I was like, no, because then it's like you massively want to watch it the next day. And this is actually like part of the brain. So the brain likes to close loops. And it's the same with your fat loss journey. Like, how much do you actually just want to get to your fat loss goal, learn the skills and the tools that you need to maintain them for life, and then put a pretty little fucking bow in it? And sure, you'll go, I'm not going to I'm not going to mislead you on this. You will go through phases where you gain a bit of fat. I did over Christmas this year. And then I got to Marbella in January and I was like, oh, actually, I'm not feeling too good in this bikini. And it's subjective. I'm allowed to not feel good too. For anyone listening to this being like, there's nothing of you. I'm allowed to not feel good in my skin too. And I just went in and out, quick fat loss phase, and now I'm fucking good to go. And now I'm going, right, I'm in a good body fat level. I now want to push my muscle up. Okay, so there's different ways to close loops. And this is what I would love for every single woman on this planet to do, is close the dieting loop. Get done what she needs to get done so she can live the rest of her life feeling healthier, happier, in a shape she loves, and just enjoy the complete freedom. So that is why we do the health first approach. And it's fucking successful. You see ladies go from exhausted, don't go to the toilet for days, snapping at the kids and husband, brain fog all the time, to energized, connected with their loved ones, no more bloating, toilet every single day, radiance in their skin and through their eyes. That's the goal. And obviously on the way, you get to lose weight, which is ace. And then the next thing I wanted to chat about today is, again, actually the same lady said to me, I feel like my shape changes different with you to how I've done things before. And I was like, okay, this is a good teaching point. When you are dieting, so when you are in a calorie deficit, your body will want to lose whatever, I'm going to explain this in quite a tricky way. Let me think. So basically, it is harder for your body to hold muscle mass. So that's why when you're poorly, the body will reduce muscle mass. It will get rid of muscle mass because muscle mass is hard for the body to keep. Okay. It burns more calories at rest. It increases your metabolic rate. So when you go into survival mode, your body's like, right, fucking get rid of that. And that's why you often lose a lot of weight. You'll lose a lot of water as well. And of course you'll lose a lot of fat. But it's the same when you go into an extreme diet like Cambridge, Slimming World, Weight Watchers, all of the diets, right? When you're losing weight at a rapid rate, that's hard to say. When you're losing weight at a rapid rate, you're going to notice that you don't feel like you have sculpt. You don't have tone. And some people call this skinny fat. Now, we don't want that because muscle is actually really important. Muscle is so important for our bodies to hold on to. Making sure that you can remain strong, your balance, supporting your bones. Even if we look down the route of metabolic rate. So it's super important that we make sure that you preserve your muscle mass. And this is what this lady who's lost 3 stone already this year is noticing. And how do you do that? So if you don't go on a severe diet, what do you do? No matter who you are on this planet, in order for you to lose weight, you need to be in a deficit. So that's got to happen. Then what needs to happen, and this is where we do things differently, is we have to make sure that your protein levels are nice and high, roughly between 80 to 100 grams per day, and you're doing resistance training, because both of those will preserve your muscle mass as you're losing weight. Now, if you look at Cambridge, for example, it says not to exercise because your body can't do it with being on such low calories. So no wonder you just notice yourself just drop and then you don't have shape. Like the amount of people who come to me and they're like, oh, I've done Cambridge, I've lost 4 stone in 3 days and I now need to tone up. And it's cool, but you're probably scared of eating now. So there's so much that we have to overcome before we can even get to that point. So yeah, that's why when you see our ladies, you're going to recognize they have fucking great shape. They've got a peachy bum. They've got good kind of legs. It's really hard to say. And again, this is all subjective. Some women will want to take it further. They'll want to get more muscles. Others want to keep it looking nice and slender, and that can be done. But you're going to start to notice the shape rather than just the drop. So whatever it is that you're doing, think about, can I increase my protein and my resistance training? Resistance training you can do at a gym or at home. And finally, today, I want to talk about coaching. And I think a lot of people don't really understand what it is. So coaching is a non-directive form of development focusing on improving performance and developing an individual. So it's non-directive. We don't just stand here like shouting orders at you. This is where we focus on developing you and your performance so that you can then achieve what you want. But I think even that definition of it still is a bit wishy-washy. So I'm going to explain it further. And with us, it's actually multifaceted. So one of the kind of like biggest quotes in coaching is the same brain that holds the problem also holds the solution. Now, you could be listening to that thinking, oh my God, fucking, you're saying I hold the solution, but I've been trying to do this for years. Cool, but you've got so many kind of limiting beliefs and stories and diet culture that have really like sat on top of your true kind of knowledge that you do have. Like deep down, you know what you need to do. But there are things that hold you back, like all or nothing, like thinking you need to be strict to lose weight, like maybe fear and shame and guilt around food. So you just keep kind of overeating as a way to soothe yourself. And coaching is going to help to peel away these layers of the onion so that you can step into your potential. You can do the things that you know you need to do. But first of all, we've got to get those layers of the onion away. We've got to get them off. And other than helping you to step into your potential and remove limiting beliefs and stories and conditioning, it's also with us about having a crystal clear plan. There will be an element of you that needs to be told what to do. And we cover that. So we do what's called hybrid coaching. It is a bit of mentoring and a little bit of coaching, because we went down the full bore coaching route once, just putting the trust fully in your hands. But it didn't work as well. So we give you a crystal clear plan of exactly what you need to do with nutrition, habits, movement, even like down to the work side of things. If you've got deadlines that you need to hit, but you're falling behind. So we help you have a complete clear plan. We tell you what you need to do in regards to habits, and that will come from an agreement from you. I see so many people that are like, right, Sheila, you're going to be on 15,000 steps a day. You're going to fill in this form every day. You're going to hit 100 grams of protein, and you're going to do 6 strength sessions a week. And Sheila's like, fuck me. Like, I've got 4 kids. I'm in a busy corporate career. I can't do that. So we don't go down that route. We like massively believe in collaboration. So we'll go, right, Sheila, what can you do? Well, I can do 2 strength as long as they're at home. I can do 1,600 calories, and I can aim to increase my protein from 60 to 80. Cool, let's start with that, because we're going to make some progress. And if ever there was a recommendation from the client of what they think they should do, but it's not going to get progress, that is our job to say. So although coaching is non-directive and it focuses on developing you as an individual and helping you to tap into your potential, we also offer inside my programs the element of a plan, a complete roadmap, so you know what you need to do. A step-by-step. You've seen that I've talked about our signature system for a long time now. We have a step-by-step program, and also that gets tailored around you. So your plan will look very different to Sheila's. No 2 plans are the same. So that is coaching to a degree, and it goes much more in depth. Think about the things that hold you back. Think about the way that you speak to yourself. Think about the things that you really want, but you're not giving yourself permission for. Your time management. I'm so busy, I don't have time. You do, you're just not utilizing your time. And I truly believe, having been coached for the last 4 years myself by a multitude of different coaches, it is one of the fastest way to unlock doors to get to the places that you want to get to. You may get there on your own, but nothing will get you there quicker than coaching, because it moves you out of your own way. It helps you find solutions rather than sitting in constant problems. It builds your belief and your trust in yourself. It helps you to see that you can do this. You've just had the wrong roadmap the whole time. Fucking around in diets, messing around with gym memberships and hardly going. That's not your roadmap. That's not what you've needed. So coaching is going to help you to understand your roadmap. It's going to sit you on the right path. And that in itself is super powerful. And then you add on things like breaking down limiting beliefs, giving you that accountability to help you to do what you said you would do. That's what coaching is. So if you have any further questions, you want to know more, whether about any of the topics today, let me know, because I'm always here to help. Have an incredible day, and I will speak to you very soon.